Hey, it's Kat at Cat Tales TV. So, Virginia Giuffre has passed away, and some news sources are saying that it was suicide. I don't believe it. Just like Jeffrey Epstein's death, allegedly suicide. Um, yeah, it's really interesting because Shannon Sharp is getting in a lot of trouble right now. I could say rightfully so. I don't know the whole story of like what he did. Um, I mean, if it was against the law or if it was consensual, but I do believe, I don't know what state they were in, so the age of consent, etc., etc. Um, but if you're dating an OnlyFans person, that's on you I guess a man, right? You're making some really dumb decisions. But the only reason why I bring up Shannon Sharp is his career is about to be destroyed with ESPN, as far as I know. But is he on the same level as a Jeffrey Epstein or a Prince Andrew? Because Prince Andrew was in a photograph with an underage girl, and she says she was sex trafficked by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. But I want you guys to know something. Ghislaine Maxwell's dad was a known spy who also knew Trump. There's pictures of, is it Robert Maxwell? I get Robert and there's two Maxwells, famous Maxwells, and I get those names mixed up. But Ghislaine's dad was a media empire guy. And allegedly he was a spy for multiple countries, but also with Mossad. They do a lot with intelligence, spying, technology. And they're still big today. But the whole point is, it's very interesting because Trump knew Ghislaine's dad. So he's known Ghislaine for a very long time, and he's been connected to that spy game, Mossad, for at least 30 years. And next door to Jeffrey Epstein was Howard Lutnick. If you don't know who Howard Lutnick is, he's like Trump's financier, and he did a lot of fundraisers for Trump before he was elected. But he lived right next door to Jeffrey Epstein. I've told the story multiple times. Howard Lutnick was the head of Cantor Fitzgerald. He lost a lot of his staff on 9/11. But what's fascinating is that Jeffrey Epstein lived at 9 East 71st Street in New York, right by Central Park, and Howard Lutnick lived right next door, and his address was 11 East 71st Street. And Jeffrey was into mathematics. And of course, Howard's into mathematics when it comes to financing. So it seems to be a relative joke that they play around with numbers. But again, that woman is dead. I don't believe she committed suicide. And I think it's dumb that we can't say the word, but you can say murder, and you can have videos on YouTube where not only are they using other people's likenesses and voices and trying to act like it's them, and using celebrities' faces and pictures without paying them, without them knowing, and then also using someone's likeness like Oprah or some other celebrity and using AI to make it look like they're promoting a product when they're not. That should be illegal, but that's a whole nother story. But regardless of which, some of these news organizations are saying that she really committed suicide and that she had problems. And it's also reminded me of like Lady Diana when she passed away. That just seemed like a setup. And you have to look at the royal family, the history of the royal family. Murdering other people for their political gains was nothing new. I'm not saying they did it now, but it wouldn't surprise me if they had people off. I mean, come on. They have the right to do whatever they want. So yeah, it's a tragic story. And also, by her death, I think it's a sign of they're trying to intimidate victims. Just like, this reminds me of the Boeing. Excuse me. 2 men died who were whistleblowers, and whistleblowers for Boeing. And they also do a lot of, besides planes, but a lot of military contracts for the United States. But anyway, 2 men were, they said it was suicide, who were whistleblowers. I think they were murdered, but there was no investigation. Like, that's what's insane. Like, what the fuck is the FBI and the CIA doing with some of these cases? They make it seem obvious that they're a part of the butchering, because it just doesn't make sense. How could you not investigate the death of 2 people who are whistleblowing against Boeing? Like, one was going to court to testify, and he ended up dead. And they said it was a suicide, sure. Like, why would you risk everything, stay in a hotel to kill yourself? So stupid. But anyway, to the family of Virginia, I mean, what can you say except, send them good thoughts and whatever you use to, meditate on someone's well-being. But it's really fucked up. Because also, Jeffrey Epstein, and if you don't know, I covered Jeffrey Epstein's case when I was in New York in 2019. He died right when I was there, and after I asked his lawyer about Prince Andrew testifying, like literally a day or 2 later, the dude was dead. But Diddy's staying at the same metropolitan jail as El Chapo and Epstein stayed at. And I think that Diddy's case is a CIA op, because it doesn't make any sense that they can spy on everybody. They know everything that we do, and they didn't know what Diddy was doing. It's obvious that he's a part of a bigger trafficking thing, and they definitely allow businesses to destroy Black culture. That's definite. But again, people, they're not putting anything together. They're not getting it. And it just seems so obvious. Nothing goes down without these people wanting it to, in my opinion. Just my opinion. And Diddy got away with so much abuse, so much trafficking, just like Epstein for so many decades, that it has to have a higher authority allowing that to happen, because lots of people are making money. The record companies, the legal teams, the drugs and alcohol people involved, they're making money off of promoting that nihilistic culture and getting a lot of Black and brown people, young people, in jail by promoting that lifestyle, So people gotta fucking wake up. Or not, just stay asleep, but I don't think Virginia offed herself. And also, someone that high profile, they should have security at all time. I don't know how many millions of dollars, what her settlement was from Prince Andrew, but anybody that goes against somebody as big as like the royal family, you need to invest in 24-hour security. No joke. Because these motherfuckers don't play. And it seems interesting that Trump's in the White House now and that woman's dead. It's been crazy. Like, the Pope died, she died in the same week, I think. But all these people are connected in weird ways. Because Trump was a big friend of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine. And he's in the White House. And by the way, Epstein died while Trump was in office. William Barr went to see Jeffrey Epstein in prison, or jail, sorry, whatever, his holding space before he was supposed to go to trial. And then Jeffrey conveniently ended up dead from suicide. So yeah, I just think this is a threat for other people coming forward, because that story is too big. I think it involves major record companies that are also involved with Diddy. It's just too many powerful spy Mossad's involved. The British royalty is involved. Probably American government is involved. Because you're dealing with sex trafficking and drugs. That's a lot of money. So anyway, this is Cat at Cattails TV. Don't believe the hype. You know, research shit and stay ready. Squabble up. Bye. Hi, this is Cat Creed. I have to do this with my hands holding the phone because I'm about to take a flight and I want to get this done. So, me reading a book. If you describe what you're practicing to your partner, remember that such descriptions are highly erotic to most people. Their excitement can get the better of them and cause you to feel pressured, which can interfere with your budding explorations. Protect yourself with strong and healthy boundaries by telling him or her that you will share your new knowledge and that it will be very exciting, but only when you're ready.